tall. I had to look up at the man when I said, I'm sorry. I mentioned it in the beginning. I'm 4'11". I didn't even make it to 5 foot, y'all. Do you think anybody see me when they were standing around me? And it's in a tight circle. It's not like a loose, oh, we just standing around you trying to convince you, trying to be cool. No, that bitch was tight. Like, they was like formatted, like.
And it goes a little something like.
Здравствуйте to my newbies, привет to my oldies, and добрый день to everybody because it is the afternoon on the East Coast. What is up? Today, we are doing a story time. I was supposed to do a vlog for Arizona, but I realized I've never vlogged before, and most of my shit was boring because I was so nervous and so self-conscious about talking to you guys on the camera. Promise I'll work on that. I am going to the beach in like a couple days, so I'll definitely vlog that for you and you can kind of see it. And yes, I do have my hair wrapped up because girl, I went swimming and it messed up my hair, and I just realized that I just need to redo my hair. I'm just gonna redo the whole thing. This is some braiding hair that I will never get. This shit is so itchy and so nappy and hard. Like, I fucking hate this shit. I cannot wait to take this bitch out and start rebraiding my hair because no, I'll tell you what this hair is later on, or I'll probably put it in the description link. So today is a video about the time that I almost got kidnapped. I tried to film this video before, didn't have that many subscribers, was very long and drawn out, didn't need it, was unnecessary for all the details that I put in there. They didn't make no sense. And then I tried to upload it again, and the editing app that I did fucked up my editing towards the end. So you guys seen all these clips that you didn't need. So we're doing this again. This is the last time. They say the third time is the charm. It better be the fucking charm, okay? First, you know what? Let me spot my gum. That's nasty. Y'all don't need it. I just hit that person's car with my gum. Oh, I hope they don't come out while I'm filming this video. Oh, I hope they don't come out while I'm filming the video so they don't ask me if that's my gum. Okay, so this starts out when I first moved to Maryland, right? This was like, I've been in Maryland for like 2 years. It feels like I've just gotten here because of panorama, my depression, blah, 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 whatever. So anyways, I just moved to Maryland, and before I moved here, honestly, I was excited to move here at first, but then my dad like got into my head. So my dad is from Illinois and grew up in Alabama a little bit, lived in Illinois for most of his life, and then moved to Arizona. So he kind of knows how it is on the West Coast, and he just doesn't like the West Coast whatsoever. And he really didn't like the fact that when I first moved here, I was living in Baltimore, and you know what they call Baltimore, Bodymore. So he was afraid for me, and he kind of got into my head. So when I first got here, I definitely wasn't very open to making friends with anybody. I was just like, let me just get in and out, get my degree, and go home. That's literally what I was on, but that made me depressed because I didn't have anybody to talk to besides my fiance, okay? So slowly I started to realize that I needed to make friends if I was going to get out of my depression. So I joined groups at my school. I joined an anime club, and I joined a lot of group me so I could start talking to people, because I'm not good at talking to people. In real life, I have a lot of anxiety, okay? So I'm on this groupie. I remember it was an anime group me, and I'm just talking about the new Black Clover episode, and I'm asking anybody if they've seen it, if they want to discuss it, whatever, right? And of course people are talking to me back and forth, but somebody personally DMs me. Now for the life of me, I cannot remember this heifer's name. I wish I could, but my brain does this thing where if I have trauma with somebody, I'll start forgetting things. So doing this story has taken me a very long time because I've really had to push myself past what my brain doesn't want me to remember and kind of try to remember all the details. So I'm just gonna call this hoe Alicia. Like, in my mind it feels right, but I feel like it's not right. But if it is, fuck you, Alicia. I hope you rot in hell, and that's on fucking period. Okay, so this girl's name Alicia. She DMs me, and we start talking to Black Clover. We start vibing, right? And I realized that we're kind of similar. We're both transfer students, like in our mid-20s. We should have graduated already, but of course life. We're both have somewhat similar goals. I mean, I wanted to join the government, and she wanted to do something within the government. She was doing psychology, I was doing criminology. You know, we both work full-time. The only difference was I didn't live on campus and she lived on campus, right? So I just, you know, it was kind of hard a lot to like make plans with her because we really wanted to meet up. But like, she would always invite me to go to her dorm or something, but I just didn't feel comfortable because I'm just like, bro, I don't fucking know you like that. I don't give a damn if it is a dorm. You could still, like, you've heard of those stories. We've all watched Lifetime. We have all watched Lifetime, and we all fucking know that people can get killed in the most craziest places with thousands of people surrounding them, and nobody hears or sees or knows nothing. And I'm not trying to be that statistic, okay? And again, like I said, my dad fucked me up. He fucked me up really badly, okay? So we keep trying to meet up, and as we're trying to meet up, we're talking. Now when we're talking, she's asking me kind of weird questions, and I kept blowing it off. Like, she was asking me if I lived alone, like if me and my roommate got along, if I had any animals or pets. She used to ask me all these weird questions, and honestly, I used to like brush it off, and I just didn't listen to my intuition, and I was just like, oh no, she just wants to get to know me, she's just trying to know my life, and she's probably trying to know, you know, just trying to know how are we gonna meet up if we're gonna actually have a really good friendship, because how can you have a friendship with somebody whose schedule doesn't really match up with you? It's kind of impossible, you know. But also I was like, are you trying to learn my habits so you can come to my house and fucking rob me? Because I know it's a thing here where people do that. Like, they try to become your friend just to like set you up and rob you, because that's what I've heard here. I don't know if that's true. It's a thing in Arizona where people will do that a lot. Like, they will act like you're friends, but they're not, and they will rob you, and they don't give a damn. That's just how it is there. So finally, one day my job decides that they're gonna give me a Friday off. It's a random Friday. I never get Fridays off. So I messaged her and I was like, hey, I know you have Fridays off. Can we meet up? And she's like, yeah, let's meet up. So at first she offers to come and pick me up, which I was like, no girl, I don't need you knowing where I live. You're not gonna know where I live, sweetie. No, that's too much. Once we know each other, then I'll invite you. But until then, I'll come to where you are. We'll meet up in a public area. So of course I was like, I didn't say all that. I was just like, no, it's fine, I'll drive, it's okay, you know, because I basically lied and just said, oh, I still have to go to work, but like I'm only going for like 4 hours or some dumb shit like that, because, you know, I don't know how to tell people no right off the bat. I'm a very much of a people pleaser. Well, I'm working on that, not so much anymore, but you know, back in the day, 2 years ago, definitely more of a people pleaser. So I meet this girl. We meet in Baltimore at this restaurant slash bar place in this plaza, right? It was like a normal plaza, which was kind of weird to put a restaurant bar, but I guess they did it for the parking and everything, because if you know Baltimore, you know there's never any fucking parking anywhere, which really doesn't affect restaurants the way I think it should affect them. So when we meet up, there's two things that you guys need to know. First of all, she was very, very tall. This girl had to be like 5'9", almost 6 foot, right? And maybe because of the shoes that she was wearing, that's another thing. They were like gladiator sandals. They were red, they were bright red, and they had a white chunk on them, and I loved them so much. I really wanted them, but like after this I couldn't get myself to get them or wear them, because every time I did, I would just get nauseous because I would just think about this, okay? So we meet up, and I remember telling her, oh my god, I love your shoes, I love your shoes, and me like just like basically hyping her up for like fucking 10 minutes because I loved her shoes that much, right? And we go into the restaurant and we sit down at the bar, because you know at this point I'm already 21, I'm over that at that point. And we sit down at the bar, and she was like, do you want a drink? I remember I got like one little mixer drink and I was sipping on it, and we ate, which the food was really good. And as we were talking, I started to loosen up more, because as you know, I have really, really bad anxiety, and so I wasn't the most upfront, honest, open person when I first fucking met her, okay? I was very much stiff. I wasn't trying to get one word answers, but I was definitely like fidgety, like the way that I am now, which is just my normal ADHD self. So as we're talking at the bar and we're just starting to get to know each other, I'm like, dang, I really like this girl. Like, I never got any bad vibes, bro. And also, she just seemed so genuine and so nice, because not only was she talking to me, she was talking to people around us, she was talking to the bartender, like we were bringing people into our conversation, and yet she was still making me feel like every time I opened my mouth, she would look me directly in my eye and speak to me. I mean, she would look me directly in my eye and just like watch me and look at me and let me know that she was listening if nobody else was. And that's one of the things that I really love in a friend, and I just love in people in general. Like if I'm talking, or like somebody that always gives you the undivided attention. That's my favorite thing about people. Like if I'm looking for a friend, like I said, I like good quality friends. I don't need quantity, I need quality. So anyways, I remember it's like getting basically late for me, because at this point in time, even though I technically worked mornings, it was more like overnights, and so I just wanted to get home and get to sleep because I still had to go to work the next day. So I explained it to her, and she's like, yeah, no, I understand. So we're walking out of the bar restaurant place, right? And we're making plans about the next time that we're gonna speak, and we're making plans about the next time that we're gonna see each other and what we're going to do. And I am a clumsy mother. I am so clumsy, bro. I could look at a pole and see it coming and still run into it, because that's the type of clumsiness that I am. That is the type of, oh my God. When I tell you I want to join and be a part of, I'm not gonna say what I want to be a part of, but it involves me being observant, and bitch, I'm not observant. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this job, but I'm gonna figure it out, because sometimes I am the most unobservant motherfucker in the group, bro, and everybody that knows me knows that about me. So literally, I'm walking and I run straight into a man. Now this man was hella tall, and I guess he seen me coming, because he grabbed me up, pulled me close. Didn't like that whatsoever. Don't like people touching me without my permission. I don't care if he was trying to help me or not. Maybe that makes me ungrateful. That's fine. I'll be that, because guess what? I don't like to be touched. So anyways, of course I take a step back and I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to run into you, blah, 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 blah. And like, he looks at me and he says, no, that's fine. And then he turns and he looks at Alicia and he's like, Alicia, is that you? And they start chatting. And as they start chatting, I'm looking up and I'm realizing there's two other boys behind him, right? And they're all talking to her, and obviously they know each other, right? So as the other guys are talking to her, asking her what she's doing here, I remember specifically, and this is very important, I looked down at the guy's shoes and he had these Nikes that I really like, I really want, but I can't have them because, again, trauma. So he has these Nikes. They have like an orange check mark and like a red check mark like on different sides of them, and they have like these color lacings. Now I don't know if they were like custom design or whatever, but I remember I was talking to him about his shoes, and he's like, and we started talking about shoes, and he was just a very big shoe head. So as we're talking about the shoes, I remember overhearing them talk about the fact that they were there just to pick up food before they were heading to like a club or something to see their friend perform, and they were asking her if she was coming. Now she had totally forgot about it, I guess because she had gotten so excited to see me, I don't know, but they were like, yeah, you should come, and she was like, oh, okay. And he's like, yeah, bring your friend too. And I was looking at them like, and she's like, yeah, don't you want to come? But they said that they're a rapper, and I love underground music. I listen to more underground music than I do mainstream. So when I heard about it, I was like, yeah, I haven't been to a club, and I really hadn't been out and doing fun things. Like I said, I've been going through a depression. I wasn't really making friends easily. So even though I knew I was gonna be dead ass tired tomorrow, like dead on my feet, might call out, I wanted to go. So I told her sure, but then she was like, oh, okay, so then you could just follow me. At first she said you could follow me, and then the guys looked at her and they said, oh, no, we can take you, like we got a big enough car so that way y'all can drink, and then we'll just take you back to Alicia's house. And when they said that, I'm looking at them like, sir, what? I don't fucking know you. I don't know you whatsoever. So I was like, no, I can follow you guys, it's fine, y'all don't have to take me. I'm trying to be nice at first. That's that West Coast shit, bullshit. You don't want to offend nobody with your thoughts and what doesn't sound right, so you try to make it come off as if you're trying to be considerate towards them. The one thing I appreciate about living on the East Coast is everybody is brutally honest with you, and I have taken that trait and fucking ran, because when I used to live on the West Coast, especially in Arizona, the way that I used to speak to people used to come off as being rude, and the way I speak to people here comes off as being funny and cute, and I'm just being real, and I appreciate that, okay? Appreciate y'all for that. Let me back up a little bit because damn, I'm too close. So anyways, they were like, no, it's fine, it's no trouble whatsoever, we got you. And Alicia's getting all hyped about it. She's like, yeah, Kaida, come on, let's go, you can drink, we can have a good time, they can bring me back to my house, they don't live that far from us. And I was like, finally, I'm looking at them like as they're trying to convince me, and I'm like, listen, I don't know y'all, no offense, but I'm not getting in the car with you. Like, and in my head I'm like, do I look like I was born yesterday? Like, I don't fucking know you. So They don't even, okay, this is the part that fucks me up every time, is that they don't really even acknowledge the fact that I'm just disagreeing with them. They don't acknowledge the fact that I'm saying no. It's like they completely go over it and they just continue to try to convince me. It's not even a fucking pause. It's like I'm talking, but they're like, but you can drink, but you could do this, but we can have a good time. We're not bad guys. Alicia knows us, like she can vouch for us. And I'm like, bitch, I don't know Alicia. So how is Alicia gonna vouch for you when I don't know Alicia? How is somebody that I don't know gonna vouch for somebody that I don't know? Make it make sense. It's unlogical. My Nana always told me common sense is not that common. And Lord bless Jesus, whatever. Lord, was she right? Because I was just fucking confuzzled. So as we're talking, and they're trying to steady convince me again, I don't know if they were not comprehending, or if they were choosing to just ignore what I was saying to them. I just think it was the latter. They were definitely choosing to ignore what I was saying to them. I realized that we had started moving off to the side as we were talking. And when we're moving off to the side, first of all, we're moving off to the opposite side of my car. So that's again me being unfucking observant again. And then on top of that, they're not standing like beside me. Like when we first started talking, they were in front, Alicia was beside me, but now I realize that everybody is fucking surrounding me. It's like they're hurting me like I'm a damn sheep. I was fucking shook. So when I realized that they're surrounding me, I started freaking out inside my body, because I can have panic attacks inside my body. I don't know about everybody else, but I can have panic attacks inside my body. It's a regular damn thing. I should probably go see a doctor, but you know, we live in a capitalist society and I don't have money like that to go see a therapist. So I'm freaking out, like I said before, and I just want you guys to remember what I said. She's tall. She's 5'9", probably 6 foot with those fucking gladiator sandals. These men are all tall. I had to look up at the man when I said, I'm sorry, I mentioned it in the beginning. I'm 4'11". I didn't even make it to 5 foot, y'all. Do you think anybody see me when they were standing around me? And it's in a tight circle. It's not like a loose, oh, we just standing around you trying to convince you, trying to be cool. No, that bitch was tight. Like they was like formatted, like we don't want nobody to see you. So I knew I fucked up then. So then I said, you know what, it's fine. If y'all don't want to let me drive, I'm good, I'll leave. So then I turned around to leave and she grabbed me by my wrist. Now when she grabbed me by my wrist, that's when I knew I fucked up even more. The man was like, and this is the moment that you fucked up. Because she grabbed me by my wrist and she was like, Kaida, it's fine. If you really don't want to drive, you don't want them to drive you, I got you, I understand, I'm sorry for pressuring you, I'll just drive you. Now, when I said, listen, I'm still not comfortable with that. I like to leave when I want to leave. I'm not even trying to drink tonight. It's fine, I could drive myself, but like if you don't want me to do that, like I could just leave. And she's like, no, you've had so much anxiety, you've been on stress, on level, I've been trying to calm you down like this whole time, like I know, like we talked about it, like let me just drive you so you can have a good time. Y'all, I can't go places by myself. I can't go places by myself because this always happens to me. I always end up in some fucked up situation, and it always happens to the point where people are like, bro, why do you leave the house? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. If y'all would just subscribe to my fucking YouTube channel so I can make this income, I wouldn't have to leave my house like that. And I wouldn't be trying to get like, oh Lord. I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of these people. So I realized that I had fucked up after my little fucking thing, and I was just like, I'm just gonna agree with her, because maybe if I agree with her, like they'll like drop their guard a little bit and then I could dip out. So I say, okay, you know what, yeah, you're right, I need to calm down. I have been having a lot of anxiety and I do want to have fun, so let's go to this club. So she gets excited, they start walking, and I'm like, maybe I'm tripping, but no, when they were walking, instead of walking beside me like normal people do, they walk in a circle. So that's when, oh, when they were walking in the circle, I fucking was losing it in my head. I was like, God damn it, God damn it, I messed up. So as we're walking, I'm asking her questions about her friend and all of this other bullshit, making shit up. I don't even remember what I was saying. I was like, oh, how long has he been a rapper? Oh, what kind of music? What's his SoundCloud? Does he have a Spotify? Like, I'm just asking all types of crazy questions, and she's answering me. She's getting hype, right? And as she's getting hype, her grip is starting to loosen because she's starting to feel like I'm agreeing with her. And as I felt like her grip was loose enough, I literally pulled my arm away. I mean, it felt like slow motion when I did that. I pulled my arm away and I literally dipped. So I ran, but instead of running through the guys, because I knew if I ran through them, they were just gonna catch me, I literally dropped to the floor, crawled through the knees of the nigga that I fell into, and then I started booking it. Now I told you, there was a whole bunch of buildings. This is like in a plaza. So there was a Ross literally there. So I remember I ran into this Ross. I think it was a Ross. You know what? I don't even remember. I just remember it was a clothing store. I'm gonna say it was a Ross, but I don't know if it was a Ross. I can't remember that far back because this is almost 2 years ago at this point. So I ran into this clothing store, and I remember I ran into the jean racks, and I'm just sitting there, and for 20 minutes, and I'm just like this. I'm like, that was a little bit of a, for my, you know what it was for my little thingy for YouTube. I can't remember the name right now. But anyways, I'm sitting there, I'm freaking out. It's 20 minutes later, and I'm like, damn, did I really mess up? Did I really just hype myself up for nothing? But then I look to the side because I hear people walking past me again, and it's the gladiator sandals. And then I look to the other side, and it's the Nike sandals. And when I tell you, my heart jumped to my asshole. I was hoping and praying to Jesus, to God, like to whoever, to spirit. I was like, please don't let these mother effers find me, bro, because I was freaking the hell out. So they're walking around, and I hear them calling my name. They're like, Kaida, Kaida, where are you? Kaida, Kaida, come out. We're not trying to hurt you. Blah, 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 blah. Bitch, I didn't come out because I'm not stupid. I'm gonna stay where I am because you're trying to kidnap me. Like, so I hear them asking the employees. I can't remember if this was a Ross. I don't fucking know. But guess what? Whoever y'all are real ones, because they really could have been like, this little girl just ran into these jean racks over here in the men's section. But no, they didn't. They didn't do that. They said, I didn't see that girl. I don't know what you talking about. No, ma'am, if you don't see her, she's not in here. I literally heard somebody say that. You ain't had to do that. You could have minded your fucking business. You could have been like, I mind my business. She's over there. But no, you said, I don't know shit. And I bless, because you really could have been on some I'm a snitch on her shit, but you was like, nah, I'm about to hold it down. OPP, you're holding it down. Anyways, so they did that for like 30 minutes, bro. They did that for 30 minutes. I watched their jeans, I watched their shoes, the gladiator sandals and the Nikes pass me like 4 or 5 different times. So finally, I guess they left. I was sitting in that, I probably sit in that clothing rack for an hour. I'm not even fronting. Like, that's not me being over exaggerated. Like, literally, even after I didn't see the shoes anymore, I was still scared. Because when you be scared, if somebody literally just tried to snatch you and then they chased you into a store and looked for you for 30 minutes, like, bro, y'all really wanted me. Like, why did you want me? I wasn't even at my best at that point, bro. Like, I was not at my best, and y'all still was looking for me that hard. I appreciate it, but also no ma'am. So I remember somebody opened up the clothing rack, scared the crap out of me. I jumped, I was getting ready to run, but it was the store. I think he was like a manager. I'm not gonna say he's the store manager, but he was definitely the manager. He asked me if I was okay, and I bust out crying. I bust out in fucking tears, and he was like, should we call the police? And I was like, no, don't call the police, because we already know how the police are, and they didn't even do anything. What are we gonna say to the police? That these people attempted to kidnap me? That they didn't get me in their car. They didn't even get me, I don't know if I got close to their car, because listen, I was not paying attention that much, which again, unobservant. I should have been paying attention so I could have got their fucking license plate, but I didn't. What am I gonna say? What are we gonna say? Like, the police already don't want to do their fucking job, and then we're black on top of that. Like, no, I was not gonna do it. So he basically just walked me to my car. I remember I got in my car and I drove around for literally 45 minutes. So I didn't get home. This is like 3 hours. It took me 3 hours to get home, because when I tell you I drove around aimlessly, like, I already don't know Baltimore, I already don't know Maryland, I don't know none of that. When I tell you I drove around county to county, that's how I know how to get places now. Like, low-key, I know how to get from some places because of this experience. And then I went home and had a whole breakdown. And thank God my fiance was not there. It took me months to tell her this story after this happened. And I was like, what do I do? What the fuck do I do? So basically, I remember I anonymously reported it to my school that night, and I was having a whole breakdown, and I was like, they probably didn't understand me. So I reported it a second time. They never got back to me. Nothing ever happened. I remember I looked in the group chat, and I couldn't find our group chat, couldn't find our DMs, couldn't find our profile, couldn't find nothing. And I was like, what the fuck happened? So then finally I went into my group chat. I was like, does anybody remember this girl? Anybody know this girl? Nobody knew the fucking girl. Nobody remembered who she was. Everybody swore up and down they never talked to her, that she was not a part of the group. So I was like, because I didn't make it to all the meetings. I would go to the meetings. I would go to the meetings maybe once a month, because I would get that day off once a month. I would try, but I wanted to, like, because I'm part of the NAACP, so I would ask for those meetings off more than I would ask for the anime meetings off, because the NAACP was like activism. That's what I'm passionate about. Like, I'm not, like, my anime is like my hobby. I'm passionate about it too, but like, I had to pick and choose, and I picked the NAACP, okay? But like, I was tripping. So then I was like, am I making this all up in my head? Because literally, like, when you feel like you were making it up in your head at this point, if nobody knows who the fuck this bitch is. So I went to I made 2 friends besides this one girl in my first semester, right? And one of my friends that I made was a psychology student. And I asked her, I said, you ever heard of this girl? And I told her about, because I remember some of the classes she told me. So I remember mentioning them offhandedly. And she's like, I take that class. And I was like, she said, I'm a C, because the class was only offered during 2 sessions. It wasn't offered during a whole bunch of sessions. So she literally, and they were back-to-back fucking sessions. So for me, one day she stayed in this fucking class, right? And she'd never seen this girl. I told her what she looks like, never seen her. So how did she discover me? And why did she pick me out of all people? That's what I want to know. If you ever watch this fucking video, you know who the fuck you are, bro. And why did you pick me? What was it about me? Pick me, love me. No, bitch. No, leave me the fuck alone. I'm already late to work, late at 2:30. It's 2:34. I do this every damn day, and I just came back from vacation. I'm about to be late. They should expect it. Anyways, that's the end of the story. Thank you for watching. Remember, if you're not subscribed and you like my vibe, I'm gonna need you to do that. We don't want me getting into any more of these situations, so I'm gonna need you to subscribe so I can start getting my reparations. Hey, that rhymed. I did not mean to do that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Do завтра.